UX and design. This is a big topic, and there are entire careers built on just UX alone. UX is short for user experience, and it's now playing the biggest part in successful web and app designs. I also apply UX to my print designs. It's not just for digital design. That is because UX is all about the experience a viewer goes through when viewing your piece. In the digital world, there's usually a process, and the UX designer wants to make sure that you have an easy, happy process that gets you to the call to action quicker and to your end goal quicker. Whether that's buying a product or signing up for an online course, it's all orchestrated. Anyone who will be doing this type of digital design work, even with just designing social media graphics, will need to be aware of this process and how it works. I'm going to take you through a few websites and the process I go through. Will my experience be pleasant? Can I find what I'm looking for quickly? If I need help, how quickly can I find the help? Placement, design, color, even your type choices for a website help to highlight areas that drive the user to their desired end goal. Right now I'm at Airbnb.com, and if you guys don't know what Airbnb.com is, it's kind of a place where you can book a room anywhere around the world and you rent from other users. You don't necessarily have to stay at a hotel, and it's much cheaper. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm just popping on the website for the first time, and I'm going to talk through what I'm thinking about when I'm kind of observing whether they have good UX principles or not, and how they're using type and color and composition to help drive me through the process they want me to drive me through, which in this case would be to book a room and have a good experience doing that. So one of the first things I notice is instead of throwing a bunch of different separated elements out like a lot of websites do, they give me a very simple search box that I can go ahead and type in right away the location of where I want to stay. And they have this very simple sans serif font headline, and it's not very long. You notice how it's only 2 lines long, and so they're not overwhelming me with info, and I really like that. And also look at the navigation bar. Very simple. There's only 5 different selections. So the less selections, the better experience, because I'm not overwhelmed with options when I first arrive on here. So I'm going to go ahead and type in London. That's where I want to stay. And so let's see how it does. It's giving me some suggestions, but it's also a really good UX principle. So sometimes people don't know what they're looking for. So when you type in, maybe the first letter, you're given some different options. So in this case, I'm going to do London, United Kingdom. So I'm going to go ahead and pop up here. And of course, how quickly your website loads is another UX experience, and that depends on your connection and everything. So this one's taking a little while to load. There we go. So it took a little longer than I'd like, but that could just be my connection. So I'm going to go here, and we have a couple. Notice how they have the layout here. They boxed everything out, so they're kind of using some blocking techniques, and they kind of helped me digest a lot of information easier by blocking things out for me. So explore London. There's homes, there's experiences, and there's restaurants. So it's kind of giving me 3 main options. I can scroll down here and find the different options I have. And so you can have a nice, big, bold, beautiful photo, because as you know, when you're looking for a room, the photo makes the big difference on whether I'm interested in checking out the room. So they've really done their research with their user experience. They found that the photo is important. And I'm also able to have a cover flow or a carousel. They call this a carousel. So I'm able to kind of flip through images without having to go into the next page or the detailed page. So this is what's great, is I can go ahead, find out if I like the room visually first. And if I like it, I can go ahead and click further. So it looks like this listing is no longer available. So that's kind of a little bit of a snag I ran into. So, maybe take those listings off if see, that was a bad experience, not a bad experience, but I really liked it and I wanted to book it. And I click on it and it says it's no longer available. Well, that's kind of disappointing. So making sure all your links work and everything is taken off, that's not available. So let's click on this one. Okay, so this is the landing page for this particular section, and notice this beautiful left alignment on this left gray box. I think that looks really nice. They use a beautiful sans serif font, a really simple font. It's kind of like a dark gray. It's beautifully laid out. So it looks like this is some kind of plus. I guess that's a premium listing, and so it kind of has this extra logo there for me. And it also shows the reviews at the very top which is great because that's another kind of having social proof, which is basically reviews. That's really good, very important for me to feel confident booking this, is having a good review. So nice, big, beautiful photo. This is, you can almost see the golden ratio even used here. See how the breakdown of the left column and the right column, I can almost kind of see maybe the golden ratio is used here to make that look nice. So very simple. There's not a big, long description. So you notice how they're not throwing too much information at me at one time. Just a nice photo, some nice left alignment. You'll notice some type hierarchy. You have kind of a bold headline, then you have kind of a lighter weight here, and a simple learn more, which is a different color. So amenities, instead of listing the amenities in a kind of a boring bullet point format, they've actually made graphical images for each one, and I think that's excellent. So now I can visualize the washer, visualize the dryer, and I don't have to see a boring list and just kind of be overwhelmed by that. So this is another way, I mean, you have a few seconds to capture people's attention, and using photos is a great way to do that. So location, big, big, bold map. I don't have to click on it to find out more. I know exactly where that is. And I can scroll down. You get reviews. Meet your host. So, okay, I want to book. So where do I book? So it looks like there's a little book icon right down here. And it's there the entire way. So if I scroll all the way back up to the top, it's still there. It's always there. And it's this beautiful kind of reddish pink color, kind of like a maroon, and it matches with the brand of the Airbnb. So that's a wonderful highlighted button. So I'm going to click on book and check in. I'm going to go ahead and fill out some random dates. So overall, I had a pretty positive experience. I was able to find what I was looking for without having to click too many times. Graphically, everything was beautiful. The font choices were all consistent, and they had a nice colored button for me to be able to easily find out how to book it. I didn't have any troubles finding that button. So you can see how you can use photos and typography, blocking, the golden ratio, alignment, all to make a very nice, concise, clean user experience for me.